The purpose of my video is to critique and entertain. Any jokes in this video are simply jokes, and that's it. No insults of any kind. Also in the description below is the link to the target's original video. Do not go after them or attack them in any shape or form, as I will not condone it. Christ, it's been like 3 commentaries since I've done something relating to Pokemon? Man, I'm losing my touch. You just stick to my title of the ultimate unfunny commentator with an unhealthy obsession with Pokemon to the point he nitpicks any little detail relating to it. You know, beginning to think I should probably change that title at some point. Anyways, context. BlueJayOnToast, a PokeTuber who made a top 5 list on what she considers to be a top 5 overrated Pokemon. And it's an overrated list, so I might want to get some cyanide, bleach, and protection, cause gosh darn it, this is gonna hurt like a...
Don't worry, even though this list of Pokemon is on overrated Pokemon, I still love all these Pokemon, so don't be upset if your favorite mod is on this list. Of course, just like all my countdown videos, all of these are my own opinion. That being said, here are the top 5 most overrated Pokemon.
Oh joy, it's a generic "it's my opinion" excuse. The same excuse that means jack squat in the Ripper you can't properly prove your points in the correct manner. I totally can't wait for you to subvert my expectations and make a list that's going to... This video is going to suck, isn't it?
At number 5, we kind of have a whole evolutionary line. The Evolutions. Now, I love the Evolutions, don't get me wrong, but doesn't everybody?
Okay, I know I'm cutting BlueJay out, but somebody go help that injured police officer, because holy frick, this is one big cop-out. The whole evolutionary line as a whole? They pull up the definition of overrated. That being something that gets more praise than it deserves. Now this might just be from experience as a Pokemon player. Let me tell you, not each single one is praised. I have heard quite the flack for certain members of the evolution, such as Flareon for only being good as a facade user, Leafeon for having the unfortunate typing of grass and not having a great speed stat, and Glaceon for just not being able to do much as a whole. Now before somebody gets on my case about being competitive, let me bring up the fact that she herself goes competitive later on in the same exact list.
Everyone has a favorite evolution, and, well, while there are plenty of evolutions, there are 3 that really stick out. Umbreon, Espeon, and Sylveon.
BlueJay used Confusion, it's super effective. Jonah wants to use Guillotine so I can cut open the head of said target and figure out how the heck her brain operates. Okay, BlueJay, I'd like you to use your head and think for a moment. Literally 15 seconds ago you said, and I quote, kind of a whole evolutionary line. Now, yeah, she said kind of, so she's not talking about all of them, but the way she words this is terribly misleading. See, one could easily come to the conclusion that she meant every single evolution as one big entry. And even putting that aside, this kind of breaks the title now, doesn't it? As this becomes a top 7 list instead of a 5. Now, no, it isn't particularly wrong for you to make tie-ins because they aren't inherently a bad thing, but I'll touch on this later.
They're cool, but they're kind of just there. They don't seem to be crazy impressive competitively. Most of the time they're used as heal-bellers, wish-passers, cleric sort of characters.
Except for Espeon, which from what I'm seeing from Smogon, seems to be much more of a sweeper, with the main set being Choice Spec, along with moves like Psychic, Hidden Power, Shadow Ball, etc. But details. Actually, while I'm at it, I have to question why this is even brought up, as when I go to show on later, you never explain why it's a flaw. Just like those are heavily seen as useful in competitive battle, so I can't see this to make these things overrated in any way.
And their shinies are just neat. But everybody loves the evolutions. Pokemon could literally slap the evolutions on toilet paper, and some of you guys would buy it. I don't mind the evolutions, don't get me wrong, but you gotta admit, they're kind of a little overrated.
Wow, you're being kind of a jerk here, you know. What I mean by this is that you're coming off as a know-it-all. You're not the other people. How should you know what they think? What you're doing is under generalization, which is a problem that plagues countdowns like malaria to Africa. Wait, I just realized something. You only elaborate on what you consider what makes 3 of the evolutions overrated. And yet, the line as a whole is on the list. Well, hey guys, a lot of members of Organization 13 are overrated because Axel, Voxus, and Xemnas get endlessly praised. That makes sense, right? Right?
At number 4, we have Mimikyu. We get it, he's sad and cute. Woe is him. I'm basically over this Pokemon. Well, when he first got announced, I loved him. I thought he was so cute and I was so sad that nobody loved him. But the fact that everybody started to love him really got old. I was tired of seeing him everywhere. Not to mention I'm still really pissed off about Z-Splash Mimikyu. Competitively, he's annoying to deal with. His typing's frustrating, at least for me, and freaking Disguise? Are you kidding me?
This just in, a type and ability help make a Pokemon overrated. Well, guess since Electros is electric type and has Levitate, I guess that makes it overrated. May also bring up your wording. Competitively, he's annoying to deal with. Funny, do me a rain dance and cry me a river. This sounds like a personal problem to me. Okay, let me go on a short tangent for a second. I am absolutely sick of these misleading titles, using this type of list. With entries like this Mimikyu segment being fueled by personal experiences that, may I add, don't show us overrated in any way. This feels more suitable in a top least favorite Pokemon list. TLDR, your reasoning sucks, and as such, it's toast. Get it? Please help me.
But since he is a Pikachu clone, I'm kinda tired of seeing him plastered everywhere, along with his counterpart Pikachu.
Okay, plastered everywhere? I'm not British, but bloody what? I'd like to hear some proof of this because all I hear from this is that's plastered everywhere like Pikachu is. How? I don't see Mimikyu in Pokken, I don't see Mimikyu in almost any Pokemon-related product. Now, sure, if you brought up evidence to support this idea, like, say, getting its own Z-move or song, sure, maybe they give you some points. But guess who decided not to? Just more proof for everybody, evidence is your best friend until it decides to eventually betray you. Now, sure, there could be the possibility of this being a hyperbole. But then, that's still bad, terrible wording. As considering the topic of the list, making a hyperbole would be the equivalent of making a dirty lie. As if you're over-exaggerating how a Pokemon is praised, then you're technically bending the truth.
This Pokemon to me doesn't really have anything special. It's a Pikachu clone, it's not really Pikachu, woo-hoo, I'm over it.
Well, sorry, but...
Objection!
If you claim that there's nothing special about Mimikyu, then tell me, why did you go on a tirade about its ability Disguise? Ability only found in this one particular Pokemon that you seem to be annoyed at, and which may just be an assumption on my part, given the tone in your voice, you find Disguise annoying. From the footage you showed earlier, a competitive Pokemon player, meaning that more than likely you find Disguise rather broken. I'd call this turnabout sauce.
At number 3, we have Charizard. He is a starter, and yes, you can argue most starters are a little overrated. But this guy is 10 times more overrated than almost any other starter. He's another popular contender when it comes to everyone's favorite Pokemon, and the Pokemon Company even gave him 2 Mega Evolutions. Not 1, but 2. We have Pokemon who don't even have Mega Evolutions, and this guy's got 2! But really, this big bulky dragon can be taken down by Stealth Rocks? Overall, I mean, I like Charizard, I guess. But you can't deny that he's at least a tiny bit overrated.
Hey, looks like I'm gonna have to post the definition of overrated again because the target was too scatterbrained to do it herself. I'll give you this at least. You at least tried to attempt reasoning by bringing up Stealth Rock, which yeah, I can actually see myself agreeing with. But the reasons that come before that bug me. From what I've heard from this segment, everybody likes Charizard and is popular. I mean, I don't disagree, but proof? Polls? Twitter stuff? Anything to support this idea that Charizard is as popular as you say it is? And before you say, oh, it's an opinion list! No excuse. In order to persuade your audience, you have to do so with cold, hard facts, an ability that you yourself seem to lack. There's also Charizard getting 2 Mega Evolutions. I mean, sure, maybe it didn't need those Mega Evolutions. But tell me this. How does it make it overrated? Are the Mega Evolutions themselves bad and do people still endlessly praise them? If that was the case, it's too late to say sorry now.
Boo! You stink!
You get no credit and flunked. Come back when you learn how to make an actual decent countdown.
speaking of overrated starters, at number 2 we have Greninja. I am so tired of this frog Naruto everywhere.
Actually, no, too easy.
Greninja is one of those Pokemon that, again, everybody loves. I understand the battle bond is broken, but really, besides his competitive viability, why? This dude's got a tongue wrapped around his neck. Is this not an issue for anyone else?
Oh, hey, look, a design choice doesn't fit with you. That totally makes it undeserving of the fanfare. Hey, I don't like that pearl on Spoink. I guess that makes it freaking overrated too.
He is one of my least favorite starters just because I am tired of seeing him everywhere. One of 2 gens where the water starter isn't my favorite.
You can't get away with this monkey business.
So all this segment boils down to is I don't like the design and it's too popular. Like, can you please step into the Ace Attorney universe and get maimed? Please? Even with this being an opinion list, this entry is so subjective it hurts, and it mostly just boils down to you complaining instead of actually bringing up decent arguments to how this Pokemon is overrated. Actually, a message for all Poketubers. Putting design as a reasoning for an overrated list is not valid reasoning. It's as I said earlier, it's all subjective. One might find a good design, another may not. And you're gonna have to remember this for later.
Okay, Greninja is pretty overrated. But who's more overrated than that? Gardevoir.
No.
I made a joke in the Soul Link not too long ago about it. If you could be any Pokemon, what would you be?
If I could be any Pokemon?
Oh yeah, I'd be Gardevoir, because then I'd have huge tits and everyone would love me.
Please, stop! I have a family! Of course, then they wouldn't have to put up with my bad jokes anymore, but I have a family, darn it!
Everybody loves Gardevoir, and I'm honestly not sure why. I mean, yeah, Gardevoir looks a little feminine, which explains a lot of the really fucked up art you come across if you just Google their name. But is that really it? Are people really just into this Pokemon because it's hot?
Oh no, he's hot!
It's fucking Pokemon, people, chill!
First off, is it technically kink shaming? If so, frick you and all you hold dear. And 2, you do not know what you have just done.
Well, there's my personal top 5 most overrated Pokemon. Be sure to tell me down below your own personal list of top 5 overrated Pokemon.
Okay, that's it. Well, you know, funny story. I've made the joke multiple times that I've lost my Chaos powers. But, sorry, that was kind of a lie. It's more they've been, how do I put it, suppressed for certain moments of time when I get particularly angry. I guess you could call it a rage mode of sorts. As such... Okay, listen here, you freaking moron. I'm getting personally sick of hearing the same brain-dead argument for every single overrated list. Get it through your 6 goals. Rule 34 Pokemon does not equate to overration. Oh, why is that? I hear my poor little victim asking. Simple. There is literally porn of everything. By your idiotic logic, every Pokemon in existence is overrated, and there's bound to be tons of Rule 34 for each one. May I also point out how inconsistent you are? You decide to go over how good the other Pokemon on the list are in battle, but decide to just completely ignore that because, nope, them titties take priority. Oh, and speaking of such, like hell everybody's going to find a Gardevoir attractive. Different strokes for different filthy weebs and all that. It astonishes me how this video falls into the same trap so many others have fallen into, and shows me that once again, you would know the definition of overrated if it was beaten into your 6th goal. This rage mode of mine only activates when I find an extremely stupid point, and your lack of effort at all into making a decent video disgusts me. Also, end before this becomes a new popular CC meme everybody has for the sake of having it. Right, Flossie? So, yeah, this video wasn't that good. My recommendations, find somebody to check over your script before you release a video, as well as actually learning about the topic at hand. Had this been something akin to a least favorite list, I would probably be fine with it, but naming this an overrated list really just hurt you in the long run. This is the Chaos King saying, there's no fun in making sense.